When I decided that I wanted to be a teacher, my parents were really excited. I'm very happy with the teaching profession, and as I look back, I just think that's what I was prepared to do.
Dick Morris was a math teacher at Spirit Lake High School from 1956 to 1988. In 1968, he received the Outstanding Iowa Mathematics Teacher Award from the Iowa Academy of Science, and for good reason.
And I always felt that a teacher should be a salesperson. And so I always tried to sell the topics, and rather than saying, let's go from chapter 2 to chapter 12, I tried to give them a reason for going, and the reason for what they're being taught. So I'd just given a really good pitch in algebra.
I think Dick was an excellent teacher. He just, for one thing, he had a very kind and gentle manner in the way he presented things, and he explained things very thoroughly. And I think whether you were a really good student in math or maybe not so good, he just had a way of explaining things and making them clear and making sure that you understood what he was talking about. Well, he certainly was a presence around the school. He was just a very well-respected teacher among the students, and also you could tell among the other faculty members. I don't really recall any clubs or anything like that, but he always gave us the idea he really cared about us in the classroom, and I think that's part of what inspired me. I felt like he had a lot of confidence in my ability and you can do it, and he just inspired me in that way.
Mr. Morris remembers working with his friend and fellow inductee, Milbert Crone.
He'd come into my room and we'd talk about kids that were not doing so well and try to figure out why they weren't doing well and what we could do to change the path. And also then I should say we were interested in the kids that were doing well, and if what we could do then to give them more interest and dampen their appetites in other areas. So we worked as a team down there in our little eastern hallway.
Morris frequently invited members from the community to visit his classroom and asked community members to submit math problems that they encountered in their job or everyday life. Mr. Morris saw a lot of things change in the classroom over the years, but he says one thing has always remained the same.
I think the students, as long as you're teaching or with whatever you're doing with students in any capacity, will always be very demanding of your attention, and they want to know that you really appreciate them and you're listening to them and they count as you start conversing with them. And to feel that they're important, that has never changed. It has to be something. And if you can convey to a student that you really are interested in their education because of their knowing that this is going to be a life experience for them, they really will respond to you as a rule.
Richard Morris was inducted in the Spirit Lake Education Hall of Achievement on October 15, 2006.
This is probably one of the finest things that I've had happen to me in my professional life. I've had lots of honors, but this is coming from the community, and that's where it's important.